What if I told you that the same bag of cement that once felt almost cheap in Nigeria is now one of the reasons your dream house keep getting postponed? Let me tell you, from 2016 to 2026, that's a decade now, the cost of building in cities like Abuja and Lagos has not just increased, it has exploded. In 2016, a bag of cement averaged around at least 1,500 to 1,800 naira. By 2020, it has climbed to about 2,600 to 5,000 naira. In 2022, Nigerians were already complaining when it hit 3,800 naira to 4,200 naira. By 2024 and 2025, cement moved into the 5,500 naira to 7,000 naira range. And now in 2026, depending on your location and brand, it can go as high as 8,000 to 10,000 naira. What am I even saying? 11,000, 11,200 in some states. That's roughly about 400 to 500% increase, and in just a decade. Wow. And cement is not just the only it's just the beginning, because in iron rods, which are the bedrock of any infrastructure, they have followed an even more aggressive pattern. In 2016, a ton of reinforcement iron steel could be around 150,000 naira to at least around 180k. But fast forward to 2026, guys, that same ton now ranges in between 900k to over 1.2 million naira. Paint has doubled and sometimes even tripled in price, with quality buckets moving from around 8k to 10k years ago to 25k to 40k today. Sand and granite, once considered very cheap essential, are no longer cheap. In fact, these ones, due to transportation costs, diesel prices, and high demand in urban expansion zones, even basic labor is more expensive now, because artisans are not adjusting to the inflation, and the rising cost of artisan is increasing on a daily basis. If you want to take what's actually called again, a daily pay, before it used to be like 1k, 2k, 3k. Now it's 10,000 naira, or they won't even go to site, guys. So what is driving this massive hike? First of all, it is inflation that is causing all these things. As the naira keeps weakening, importation components used in building materials becomes more expensive. Second, energy costs, diesel and electricity, they have skyrocketed, and manufacturers had to pass those costs directly to consumers. Third is insecurity and logistics challenges. They disrupt the supply chains, especially for materials transported across states. The fourth one is demand and pressure. Rapid urban mitigation into Abuja and Lagos is pushing housing demand far beyond supply. And finally, the market structure. Some key materials are dominated by a few major producers, which reduces competition and pricing. Yes. Now, this explains why rents in Abuja and Lagos keep rising. Developers are spending far more to build, so they transfer the cost to tenants. A house that cost 8 million naira to build years ago might now cost around 25 million naira or even more. Land prices has also surged, especially in developing areas. And agency fees, legal fees, infrastructure fees, like having to provide your own water, security and power, and suddenly rent becomes extremely light, very high, just like a break even. You understand? If this trend continues, guys, unchecked home ownership will keep drifting further out of Nigerian reach of an average Nigerian. So what could be done? Government policies can play a huge role. First, stabilize the currency and reduce dependencies on imports by supplying and supporting local production of building materials. The second one is to regulate excessive pricing where monopolies exist. Third is to invest in infrastructure, good roads, stable electricity and railway system to reduce transportation and production costs. The fourth one is to create housing finance system with low interest to mortgages so that developers and buyers can breathe. The fifth one is to provide tax incentive for subsidies for local manufacturers to bring down the production costs. Guys, if these things are not done there, the cost will keep increasing though. This new politician, I beg you people should put mouth in this thing if you are